Hi everyone. In this video, I'll explain about what is SQL and what kind of operations are supported by SQL and database constraints. I will explain here. So here SQL, it's a structured query language. It's a fourth generation of English language. Okay. What kind of concepts so you should learn as part of SQL? Here DDL, DML, DCL, TCL and DQL or DRL. So let me explain the diagram here. DDL, data definition language, create, alter, drop, truncate and rename should comes under the DDL. Next, DML, data manipulation language, insert, update, delete, we can able to manipulate the data. Next, DCL, okay, data control language, grant and revoke. Especially DBAs, database administrators use this grant and revoke for granting the access to the specific object. Object might be table or view or stored procedure or function, whatever it is, anything. Next, TCL, transactional control language. Next, DQL, data querying language or data retrieving language. So this is completely about SQL commands. So apart from that, we have constraints and SQL operations, SQL functions, SQL joins and subqueries, set operations, windows or analytical functions, views, store procedures and indexes. These all are the different SQL concepts. So this is completely about the SQL. So we should learn about constraints first. So what are all the database constraints? SQL constraints or database constraints. What is the main advantage with the constraints means to ensure accuracy and integrity and consistency of the data. That means, let me explain. So if we are trying to enter the bad data, so these constraints will restrict to entering, I mean, these SQL constraints will not allow to enter the bad data into the table level. So that is the main advantage with the SQL constraints. Here, what type of SQL constraints we have in the database level? If we consider any kind of the database, these all are the constraints we have in the entire database level. If we consider SQL Server or Oracle, whatever it is, only constraints are common. First of all, we'll go to with the primary key. Okay, what is primary key means? It is unique. That means in universal level, the value should be unique and it does not allow null values. Best example for primary key is Aadhaar number. In India, Aadhaar number will be the unique. Okay, and it does not allow null values. And foreign key, what is the difference between primary key and foreign key means the properties will be same, but in table A it's a primary key, in table B it's a foreign key. It is explaining the relationship between the table A and table B with one key. So primary key and foreign key will be referring to the same field. In table A it's a primary key and table B also it's a foreign key. Okay, vice versa. If we consider in table B it's a primary key, next in table A it's a foreign key. It is telling the relationship between the two tables. Okay, next unique constraints. Unique constraints also same like primary key. Okay, it is also unique value, that means it's a distinct value. But what is the difference between primary key and unique key means unique key can allow null values. Best example is phone number. Okay, so some people might have phone number or not, it's not in mandatory field. Okay, so for such kind of constraints so we can use the unique key. Next, not null. So if person is exist automatically, so the value should be not null. Next, check constraints and default constraints. Okay, these all are the different constraints. Let me explain more about these constraints in DB level. Okay, yeah. So this is Oracle database. First of all, let me create the table in the Oracle database. Next, I will explain about the constraints. So how we can create the table in Oracle database. In previous video I have already explained. So create table, table name, this is field name, and this is the data type. This is the constraint. You can see here primary key, it's a constraint. Let me run this. Yeah, this is department number. Okay, the name is already used. That means the table is already available. Okay, next. So create table employee. Let me run this. Yeah, the table is already used. Let me run this. Yeah, table is already available. Now you can see the magic. Let me try to drop this department table. Here you can see, because of the relation between the employee table and the department table, you are unable to drop this department table. Here it is clearly showing unique or primary keys in table referenced by foreign keys. How you can say it's a foreign key? While creating the employee table, I have created a foreign key relationship between the department table. You can see here on department number. This is the reference key. In table A, that means in department number, sorry, in department table, this department number, it's a primary key. The same department number I am referring in employee table, it's a foreign key. This is the relationship between the employee table and the department table on department number. In table A, it's a primary key. In table B, it's a foreign key. This is the relation. Okay. How we can drop the table if two tables are in primary key and foreign key relation? At that moment, first you can delete the major table, whatever the table you have created the relationship. You can see here in employee table, I have created the relationship. Okay, now let me try to drop this employee table. Okay, employee table has dropped. Now if you are trying to drop the department table, the department table will be dropped. You can see here, if you are trying to fetch the table information, the object will not be available. You can see here, this is employee table. Next, let me run same query for department table. You can see here. So this is the main advantage with, if two tables are in relationship, you cannot able to drop the table because of this relation, primary key and foreign key relation. So apart from that, we have other constraints also. Here you can see primary key. In customer table, we have customer id will be the primary key. That means the customer id will be the unique value and it does not allow any null values. Okay, the value, it's a unique, that means it does not allow duplicate values, and along with it does not allow null values. Best example is Aadhaar number. Okay, next, first name. If person is existing, then automatically the value also existing. That means person name also should be existing. That is the reason we are giving the not null, not null. Next, email. Okay, email, it's an optional. Okay, so it will be exist or will not be exist. Email should be unique. Unique means what is the difference between the primary key and unique key means the value should be unique. It's a distinct value, but primary key, it does not allow null values. Here in unique, it will allow null values. That means email will be optional. The person will have email or not, it doesn't matter. Next, phone number. Okay, it's a number or varchar. Okay, it's a data type. Next to date, it's a data type. Created. Default, it's a constraint. When I am trying to insert the data, automatically it will insert based on the sysdate. Sysdate means system date. Let me show you. Select sysdate. Okay, from dual. Dual, it's a dummy table in Oracle. Okay, yeah, here you can see 29th November 25. Here 29th November 25. It's a dummy date. Sorry, dual means it's a dummy table in Oracle. Sysdate means system date. Okay, next, default also a constraint. If you are not inserting or if you are not giving any kind of the value while inserting, automatically it will take the default value what we have given. So here the status also you can see here I am giving as the active default. So let me create this customer table. Okay, yeah, select star from customer. Okay, table or view does not exist because I while I am creating I got some error. Be cautious while running the queries in Oracle. Okay, table country created. Next, table customer. Okay, table customer created. Now let me run this. There is no data. You can able to see only metadata because just we have created tables only. We have not inserted any kind of the data. Now let me try to insert data into the country table. Now data has inserted successfully. You can see. Okay. Next, customer. Yeah, one row inserted. Commit. Okay, data also committed successfully. Now let me try to run. Okay, one record has inserted successfully. Now we'll see the magic. Okay, let me try to insert the same record. You will get an error. Okay, because it's a constraints. We have created constraints on customer ID. It does not allow duplicate value. That is the reason you have seen this kind of error. So this is the main advantage with the creating constraints on table level. So that's all about constraints. Yeah, thank you guys.